Welcome back to Force Education. This is Ed. Today we're going to be talking about Aquestive due diligence and technical analysis, as well as what I think about this one. Now this one goes with the ticker AQST. It has been widely requested as well and mentioned with BBIG and SPRT. Now for this one here, what I'm going to be talking about is a little bit of due diligence, what they do, some of the upcoming milestones, and what I think is going to happen in relations with the next week, as a lot of people have it on their watch list. So without further ado, let's jump right into this one. So Aquestive. Now first off, let's jump right into their presentation. So they have a therapeutic presentation here. I'm going to only go ahead with the most important things. So advancing medicines to improve therapeutics. So their proven track record of success in developing and obtaining FDA approvals and manufacturing differentiated therapeutics with parafilm technology. Currently, they have 5 FDA-approved products, both proprietary and out-licensed. They also have advancing late-stage pipeline of different therapeutics from complex conditions. And they currently received the CRL from FDA Libervant in September 2020, and the Type A meeting held on November 12, and a revised modeling submitted in December 2020. They also received an FDA Fast Track designated for AQST 108 in August 2020 from outline top-line results and second pilot PK study in January 2021. And currently, capital including current cash and revenue and licensed by proprietary therapeutics extended cash into third quarter 2021 and potentially beyond beyond third quarter 2021. And they executed Kind Mobi TM monetization agreement providing up to $125 million for royalty rights and various capital sources extended runway further. And some of their track record successes, as you get to see here: 5 FDA approved, multiple clinical studies planned, and more than 200 plus worldwide patents. And here is a little bit of an overview of some of their pipeline. So what you're looking at here is the Libervant diazepam buccal film and AQST 108, which also has a medical name or marketing name, my bad, of epinephrine. And there's other ones such as AQST 305 and others that are already FDA approved and marketed. And we could go ahead towards statistical data and how significant these things are, but the only thing I think we need to know is this over here, the 108, solving problems in anaphylaxis, so oral sublingual film formation of endorphin for treatment for allergic reactions type 1, including anaphylaxis. Now, the phase 1 dose escalation proof of concept study in health subjects demonstrated ability to deliver systematic epinephrine using proprietary film technologies. A constructive pre-NDA held on February 4, 2020, FDA confirmed clinical developments will be reviewed under the regulatory 505(b)(2) pathway as proposed by Aquestive, and FDA completed safety review of the IND in July 2020, and they received a fast track designation in August 2020. Currently, there's around $1.5 billion market for this one here. And basically, we can move on all the way down towards some of the financial kind of highlights. So the financial summary here: financial results and cash position. So for the third quarter of 2020, their total revenue was $8.3 million, and year-over-year 102% growth in Sympazan revenue. Third quarter 2020 net loss of $16.6 million, or around 49 cents per share. We're going to go towards the updated data, but I wanted to show you a little bit of their history. And cash equivalent of around 17.1 that time. So for the full year guidance, they did have around approximately $42 to $46 million in revenue anticipated, and an adjusted loss of around $38 to $42 million. Now, moving on from there, you're able to see that they did have some debt reduction from $51.5 million to $30 million by the year end of 2021. And even if we were able to go ahead and take a look into some of the analyst coverages and news that they do have, you will see 2 main dates. So Aquestive Therapeutics resubmits the NDA application for Libervant buccal film, and the goal date here is late 2021 for an FDA PDUFA. If approved by the FDA for the US market, Libervant would be the first orally delivered diazepam product for the management of seizure clusters. And as well, the AQST announced the FDA acceptance of the NDA resubmission for Libervant with a goal target date of December 23rd, 2021. So it is the same target, but we do have an actual date, which is December 23rd, 2021 for the target date. And so that is nice here. Before moving on, if you would like to see more contents like this, make sure to click the subscribe button on the bottom right corner and leave notifications on. Don't forget to click a like on this video as well if you enjoyed it, and you can join our Discord in the description below, totally free. Now on the SSC filings part, and we will talk about swinging this one and everything in between. So SSC filing, it does talk again about the December 23rd, 2021. Even though as well another one, it's an on track on report top line data from phase 1 study for AQST 109 Iniferum sublingual film in the second half of 2021. So that's another PR ticking. And they increased their full year guidance overall for the second half of 2021 and the continuation of 2021. Now they did put a conference onto this one, but I'm not going to go towards that. But their current updated guidance for 2021 includes $46 to $48 million in revenue, which is very similar to the 2020 as you get to see previously, even though their adjusted EBI TDA loss in millions is going to be around 39 to 42 million, less than the previous guidance of their 42 to 45 million dollars in loss. In terms of other SSC filings, you're able to see here their total assets is equal to around $67 million. Meanwhile, their total contingencies are around $121 million. Their current market cap is around $155.86 million, which is not really bad. A lot of people are focusing on this very small short shares flow or float in general, and a lot of the discussion has been going about swinging this one like BBIG and SBRT. Can it do it? Well, if you were able to see, currently there's not a massive short float, but we're going to take a look into short volumes. But in terms of the normal shares flow, or the normal shares available, is around $36.78 million. Or 36.78 million shares, my bad, not dollars. And the average volume is around less than a million, half a million shares. So that is coming in around $2 million. So these stocks that have really small volumes, such as the last trading day around 330,000, you can anticipate that it's very easy to pump and dump. So it could be the next pump and dump for these people who actually pushed out the retail for BBIG and SBRT. I don't recommend that you go after pumps and dump, but I mean, there seems to be a lot of buzz relating towards this one. I myself, I'm not going to take part of it because I'm not free to continuously monitor stocks during the day. But it appears to have really small volumes, and it could be or could have a very strong chance to make such moves such as BBIG and SBRT if the people behind it chose this one, as the volume is very low and can be easily manipulated. Now, in terms of the short volumes, you're able to see that currently it swings anywhere between 20% on the short volumes to 57.5%. The last day was around 28.58 and before 45.17. Short volumes are not shorts float, they're basically a short selling percentage out of the total volume. And you get to see that currently it swings anywhere between a third and a half of all the shares being traded on almost any given day. Now, in terms of institutional buyers, we don't have much activity, so let's move on towards technical analysis. Now, from a technical analysis point of view, this one is starting to look more bullish than bearish. For instance, the price point is above the 50 SMA, 375, and 10 SMA is above 30 MA. That might sound like gibberish for you, but basically, it's seeing this kind of positive reversal and trying to break this hard resistance into a positive play action. Now, in terms of the 80X, it's sitting currently at 20.13, suggesting that there is some kind of buildup on some sort of action or trend, which is very bullish. And you're able to see William percent R, there's a lot more buyers in the last few days than sellers in terms, well, not so much a lot, but in terms of people are starting to pick this one up. So could be in relations or preparations of this strong move that a lot of people are anticipating. In terms of the MACD, looks like it's on the positive side, and momentum appears to be picking back into the bullish side. Stochastic fast and stochastic slow both are pinpointing upwards, suggesting there could be another leg up for this one indeed. Currently, on the moving averages and the Bollinger Bands, they're kind of piercing the tops at the 411 point, but the bottom's 336. What it's looking like is that the Bollinger Bands and the moving average bands are going upwards, and that is as well a bullish thing on its own. In terms of Fibonacci retracements, you're able to see that there is a significant support level at 344 and below there 141. The current resistance on the Fibonacci retracements are 469, 571, 672, 816, and $10. Currently, on a price line action, there is some critical supports and resistances that we need to take care of. First, resistances, the 420 seems to be a strong one. It needs to be broken in order to move up 435, and then around 460. From there, 538, up there around 568, 604, going upwards all the way to 699, going up to 749, and then 807, going to 899, and then around 952, and then $10. And then supports, you have a few, such as the 396 level, that's a strong support, 360, around 333, and then around 317. It drops a little bit down to 301, and then a bit down to 247, and going downwards to around $2 and 179 and 141. Comes to the question, Ed, what do you think about this one? Do you think it's going to pull out an SBRT and a BBIG? Now, it has potential if the same people behind those ones are now targeting this one. It appears to be a lot of the buzz relating towards this one in connection to the other two. Now, for this here, it is a little bit of a riskier play, but previously it did jump as high as $10 based on the last news of the FDAs and everything in between. And with the low volumes, it could really push through. It is a risky trade, but with every risky trades, there's high losses, high rewards kind of ratios. And currently, it looks like it's curving upwards. It does need to break that barrier currently set at 435 or 420, and then you can easily see it jump up to around 550s. It could be an interesting play because I've seen some play like this one here. It's not a short squeeze per se, but it's more of a retail hype on FDA approvals and PDFA and kind of low volumes in general. Now, what do you think about this taker? Make sure to mention down in the comments below. Share, subscribe, and like, and have a wonderful day. Now, if you're still here on this video, make sure to drop down below and join our Discord. We have a lot of different things going on, including, for instance, members that gives picks for free. It's not pump and dumps, we just things we think about, swings, etc. We also have really exciting bots. You can actually use those ones. For instance, we're just testing out this bot, for instance, that gives you Fibonacci resistance points, activities, etc. And we have a bunch of free things, totally free. We run on tips here, and you can ask me questions, suggest stocks, etc. It's a really nice community that has been growing up very fast at a very good rate, and it's totally free. If you would like to join that one, feel free to do so in the description below, and have a wonderful day.